Athletes Lives Network exclusive interviews. Today our guest is star free safety, strong safety, Corey Bailey, class of 1997, East Chicago Central. How you doing, Corey?
I'm great.
Doing good, man. You know, as you know, I'm going around, man, trying to get all the stories from all the best athletes. Matter of fact, every athlete. It don't matter what kind of skill level you are, but you was one of the players that contribute for 4 years to East Chicago Central football program. So your story needs to be heard. Basically, what I want to get from you, man, just you as an athlete growing up in the city of East Chicago, your early influences in sports, your playing days in football as well as track. Who you consider the best athletes to come through Central, football and basketball, and also what kind of advice can you get an athlete who may one day be in your shoes? So let's kind of start off by telling us who you are and your early influences in sports.
Corey Bailey, as he said earlier, my name. My early influences in sports had to be my cousin Damon. Damon Glenn played free safety for East Chicago Central. Also, my other two cousins that played baseball. Growing up as kids, they played in the Indiana Harbor League for baseball. Odell Neely and Willie Hill Jr. Just growing up around those guys, they were much older than I was, so I had the chance to watch them and mature from those guys.
Gotcha. Now, as you know and I know, growing up in EC, we didn't have no Pop Warner programs during our young age. What other sports did you compete in to get that competitive edge?
Well, like I said, as a kid, growing up with my two cousins, Will and Dee, they played baseball. So I'll be out there playing baseball with the older guys, Evan Webb, Dwayne Doss, Avery Guy. He also played baseball with us. And then as well, we would play football in the parking, right there at the old police station, right in the middle between the police station and the paramedic service. We played football there. We played football over at Washington Park against different guys from different areas.
All right. What peers did you grow up with who was maybe a little better than you athletically or on the same level as you that you wanted to beat?
I grew up with Troy Acree, and I always wanted to beat him running. I never could beat him in a flat-out sprint until probably about my senior year. And he said, "Man, you think you all that in track? Let's lace up now." And I said, "Well, I'll tell you what. I'm never good in a 40, never good in a 100. Let's run off 200 yards, and I'll put it on you." So I finally got Troy to. He's 200 yards. That ain't nothing. So we did 200, and he just saw the back of my neck.
Troy Acree.
That's my dog.
You also was a good basketball player growing up. Who on the basketball court gave you competition that you wanted to beat?
Pretty much when I first started really playing basketball, once again, Troy and Eric Lowe, they helped me develop a hook shot because I really didn't have a game. I had good defense, but they taught me how to quick turnaround hook. They taught me that, and I played up against the three-headed monsters is what I taught them: Willie Puckett, Sheiky, and Clifford. And I was at the park every day getting posterized by those three guys faithfully. And I'm serious, man. Those guys just stayed posterizing me, and I loved it because they taught me how to, get better as far as defense wise. Because one day I'm going to dunk on these guys eventually, So I played up against those guys, and I finally got them back as I got older, and I had the pleasure of dunking on all three of them. One guy would not live up to it, but he'd tell me face to face, "Yeah, you got me, so stop telling people."
Well, at what age did you realize that you had a exceptional talent to play the game of football?
Actually, at a young age, I wanted to play running back, believe it or not, because we grew up, and that's all I wanted to do, be like Tony Dorsett. And I would run the ball. We'd be in Cam's backyard. We play football. I'm the running back every time, and I actually got a cut down on my arm from running the ball. I hit the bricks and cut my arm up. small now. You can
Yeah.
barely see it. But that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a running back. But then watching my cousin Damon at free safety, I kind of studied that, and I went on and played free safety.
Now you're entering East Chicago Central High School. During this time, the football program has had a 3-year run of amazing football. Your cousin was part of that team, Damon Glenn. Um, During this time, he was playing at Wisconsin your freshman year. So, um, what was your goals coming in as a freshman playing football for EC Central?
Uh, my goal was basically to try to find my spot and see what I could do to help. You know, I I just wanted to play, to have a chance to play, and I look back at it, man, and I enjoyed every second of it, playing with those guys. Corey Perkins.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy was amazing talent, but you know he didn't pan out because he had other things. But you know we had a great class coming in,
Yeah.
and it was just a very competitive class, and I appreciate all those guys, you as well.
It was crazy, man, because our freshman class was so deep that we had an offense and a defense.
Yeah.
And you didn't play. You only played one side
On
of the
side
ball.
of the ball.
And just guys like Hector Santiago,
Yeah.
Keith Martinez, Sam. I mean, we can name
Yeah.
thousands of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Lot. We had depth.
Yeah.
I mean, that freshman class we had was just, I mean, amazing.
Yeah.
But I mean, guys just didn't stick out in school. They didn't do what they had to do, you know. And that's how we lost a lot of those guys, you know. If we would have kept that whole class together,
Yeah.
man, no problem with Valpo at all. We didn't have a problem until, you know,
Yeah.
that situation. But I mean, it wouldn't have been a contest at all.
Did you struggle as a freshman because a lot of individuals in Chicago who didn't play football, Pop Warner, organized ball, had a hard time adjusting to football? Did you have them problems, or was you okay because you had people like your cousin?
I had a problem with playing corner because when I came in, they wanted me to play corner. I didn't want to be right there in no corner, you know, because corner, it's just it's a big responsibility playing corner, and one step off, you beat. Is just a tough job, and I didn't have a flat out speed to play corner, but I was a pretty decent corner. But that's what, you know, I struggled with, and by me not playing as a kid, you know, I didn't know the mechanics and how to turn with the hips. I didn't know none of that stuff. So, you know, I think that's something that we should really focus on now that we do have these programs and helping these kids with the basic fundamentals of the game.
Okay. Now, you know, because, you know, our freshman year was fun for us, and we all out there just running around, little kids having fun. Now it's our sophomore year, and we get a new coach in, Coach Richard to come on coach. Coach come in with a whole new philosophy than Coach E. Now, what is your goals in trying to impress not only Coach Richards but also yourself, you know, being a sophomore?
My goals was watch the older guys and learn from those guys. We had some great athletes on that team, and you know, as a sophomore, I knew it was going to be hard for me to even get a look on the varsity because I mean those guys was much bigger, stronger, and faster. So you know, my thing was to sit and get knowledge. That way, when it's my turn, I could jump right in there, jump in the mix.
Got you. Now, us on JV, once again, man, we out there having fun.
Yeah.
We out there competing. I think we only lost one game, two games that year.
Games.
Lost to Providence Catholic and Lawrence Central.
Yeah.
I mean, Lake Central.
Like,
And that varsity team that season went 1-8. A lot of critics call that team the worst football team in Central history in the '90s era. Do you agree with that comment? Being part of that team, do you agree with that comment?
I don't agree with it. Record-wise, they were, but you put that team up against any team from 2001, even, you know, 2000 on down, they would beat the pants off of these guys. I mean, these guys were bigger, stronger, but you know, the level of competition is what killed them because that team, you know, I was a part of. We played competition. Providence Catholic, Penn Mitchell Walker, Ben Davis, Terre Haute, I mean, these kids now don't even see them into playoffs, and they don't even see them in playoffs because they can't make it out the first round.
Gotcha. How did you progress from your sophomore year, from your freshman year to your sophomore year?
I think I learned a lot coming up. Uh, I was still playing corner, and I wanted to ease my way back to safety, but it wasn't time for me to go to safety yet. So I played at corner. Tony Smith, he was a guy over me on JV, and he would help me out on the sideline. And when I got in the game, he would help me out. Hey, see, you need to work on more of your hips, how to turn and stuff like that. So that's how I progressed, by learning from veterans, older players.